Good evening, folks. Samson to Labrador Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in tonight. This program, of course. We want to thank you very much. We want to thank you very much for joining us. Tonight's program, as you know, is going to be the Boston District Association. Their leadership is going to be with us here very shortly. And we're going to have a conversation with them here tonight. They've been doing some wonderful, wonderful thing in the district. I am from the district, by the way, and I am a member of Boston District Association. So I am closely connected. Let's put it that way. But they've been doing some wonderful job, and we thought we have a conversation here with them tonight. So safety, safety, safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening for bringing you back here. Lord, we ask you to continue to guide us. Lord, guide us. Whatever comes out of our mouth, Lord, guide. Make sure that it's suitable for the audience, it's suitable for our listeners, it's suitable for us, and it must be truthful. Lord, we ask you to give us wisdom. As we come out here to discuss whatever we have with our brothers and sisters, Lord, we ask you to guide us all. Lord, we ask you to bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. Bless our leaders of the Republic of Liberia. Give them wisdom to do what is good. Lord, we ask you to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and start the program, folks. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, folks. So I think some of the leadership is here with us. So without any time wasted or anything like that, let's see if we can bring them in here. I see. For some reason, we have here, but okay, all right. We have one member right now. So let's just see if we can get all of the members on here. I don't want to start bringing people in as we go from point to point. So let's just try to do that. In the meantime, the Boston District Association here in the United States, headed by Honorable Mr. Dennett, President Dennis. He since he came to power, folks. And I'm not one of those who try to bite their tongue, and they all know me for that. But I respect them, first of all, and they also respect me. But since he came to power, Mr. Denny has done some wonderful, wonderful thing, and that I'm very proud of. And one of them is of course his organization ability is incredible, to be honest with you. And his means of trying to hold the people together is also incredible. And I think we're going to go into it here tonight. But one of the things that I'm very impressed about Mr. Denny is his keen idea of trying to focus on the educational process of his people, specifically back home. And he has done some wonderful thing. Him and his administration built a elementary, junior high school in Yaoundé, which is the city center of GBARZON district, and they have a Yaoundé building. I went there, and I'll show you the video here tonight. He and the people from GBARZON district put together with their support, and he was able to stay here in the United States and construct a beautiful school building, which now young people from that area have the privilege now of attending junior high, elementary, and junior high. And he has also embarked on other projects, and we'll discuss the new project that he have in mind with us here tonight. But I just want to lay out here, quite frankly, and Mr. Denny is not a new person to the community, GDA community. Mr. Denny is not a new person to the GBARZON community as well. And we will discuss more on that here tonight. But I believe the folks are here, so let us now bring them in. Yeah, okay, and okay. So let's go ahead, Mr. Dennis. Can you hear me, President Dennis? Please. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. To. I can hear you, but a little bit. Like the sound is very low.
Okay, my end. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Much better?
Much better.
Okay. All right. Can you come closer to the camera so that people will see you, how handsome you are, and everything else? Because you're too far away from us.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. We appreciate it. Mr. President, I'd like to just okay. Let's see if he gets settled in here, folks. The conversation here tonight is going to be very interesting. Okay, all right. He's not here right now, so the next person, Mr. Tinte, is here with us, who's also having to be another leader, one of the leaders, member of the leadership of Boston District. Mr. Tinte, good evening to you as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. To.
Okay, all right. So, okay. So we just while we're waiting on the president to rejoin, first of all, I want to appreciate you guys coming on Boston District as Boston District members to joining us here tonight. It's a wonderful thing here. So, Mr. President, okay, the president is back. There we go. Much better, much better. Okay, the president is back. Mr. President, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Let's start with you, Mr. President. Just briefly introduce this occasion and whatever it is you want to talk about as an introductory process. Then we can go on to Mr. Tente as well, please.
Apparently, my phone.
That's okay, Mr. President. People know who you are.
I'm
You
trying to get
started
the
playing
volume a little
football
bit
when you
high,
were
Mr.
4,
To.
5-year-old.
But
Everyone know how
it should be
handsome you
from
are.
your
So
end.
don't worry about it. They know by now. They know who you are. You can even be in the dark. People know you.
Can you
So
hear me?
just go ahead and tell us. Can you hear me, Mr. President? No. Mr. President, can you hear me? Okay. All right, folks, we're having some technical issue here. So let's go with Mr. Tende. I think Tende can also Mr. Tende, can you unmute yourself and be able to communicate? You have to unmute yourself on the phone. Okay. Yeah, we go. Let's see if the president can come back in again. Mr. President, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was in the process of asking you to introduce the occasion, then we can move on to Mr. Tente as well. So go ahead.
Are you talking to me, Mr. To?
Yes, yes. Go ahead and just briefly tell us what we're here for and who you are, and then we can move on to Mr. Tente as
Oh,
well.
well, I want to say a big thank you to you, Mr. To, and the LPR family for inviting us to this platform tonight. We are here to be talking on multilateral issues, especially uh, with this upcoming GBARZON District National Convention, which will be held in Providence, Rhode Island, starting from the 26th of August to the 29th of August, 2022. So I just want to say thank you very much for giving us this platform tonight to discuss it. And also having with me my the GBARZON District Education Committee Chairperson, Mr. Arthur Tenti. That will be followed by the national chair leader for this convention. So, I mean, your line should be open for any discussion. I know there will be a lot of questions, and we are prepared to answer them. Thank you very
Thank,
much.
thank you, thank you. Let's go. Let's go on straight to Mr. Tente, the Educational Committee Chair. Mr. Chair, go ahead. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself and briefly.
Thank you very much, Mr. To, for giving us the opportunity to come and tell the Brazilians and other Liberians about this coming convention. As the president said, we are expecting all well-meaning Liberians in the United States to join us from August 26th to the 28th for this convention. We expect all our citizens in the U.S. to join us here in the Ocean State, so that we can make this convention a successful one. Sorry, somebody tried to interrupt my line, but that's fine. That's about nature. Oh my goodness. Are you getting me, Mr. To?
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Yes. So during this convention, we expect a lot of things. We expect a lot of people to come and support this convention, especially the fundraising aspect of it, because of what we want to do in the district. As the president said, you are also aware, you already mentioned about the project that was completed in Jaudi. And immediately after this convention, there's another one we are trying to look up to. And so we expect you, your team, and all other well-meaning Liberians to be in the Ocean State from the 26th to the 28th of this month. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we start, Mr. President, just if you don't mind, permit me to go through your handiwork, even though you're here in the United States, about able to control and encourage and implement a project in Liberia. And I just want to showcase this project right now. That because I was there, I took a few pictures and what have you. So please, if you don't mind, let me just do that. And of course, first of all, show, yeah, right there it says John D. Elementary and Junior High School, John D. City, GBARZON District, Grand Union County, Republic of Liberia. And then at the bottom there it says renovated and constructed by GBARZON District Association in the Americas. And let me show another one here. Okay. Let's move that and let's show this one here. This here is very interesting, but I'm also jealous of it. To be honest with you, it's very interesting, but I'm very jealous of it. Here is where the people in Jaudi, when they put the administration and all of the people that were involved in the administration have their names up there, and the president name at the very top. And I will put these up later on in GBARZON chat room. But I'm like, why my Nina on there? And, but then again, they said the administration. But I'm part of the
Exactly.
administration. Why administration? I don't know, but you're part of it. So I wanted my need to be there. But no, this is if you go to the campus, these are the placard they have there to welcome you. And let me put on this other. It's okay. This is what that's all right. Okay, yeah. So let me put another one up there. Let me put this other one. The one that I just put out. This is the bigger one. I mean, smaller one to that. But this is what will welcome you, and they give you that information about the school building and who constructed it. Then they have the name over there. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to our show, and of course, I have two other video here that I'm going to be playing here tonight as well. So let's go. Let's go, Mr. President. Let's start with you. First of all, I want to thank you very much for coming on LeBron Public Radio. We appreciate it, sir. Let's talk about GBARZON District. Where are we under your leadership? Where are we?
Well, when you say where are we are somewhere to the best. When I say somewhere to the best, I mean we are all together. We are moving as a unit, as an organization. We are well unified. We are not too much into, when I say finance, we are now that equipped in financial aspect, but we are getting somewhere. But we are okay. When comparing with other organizations, I think we are on a very high level as we speak. We are well united. There's no problem with the organization. We are establishing different chapters. They are all excited. And the convention is going to prove to Bazonia in the United States that we are together.
So, a worldwide issue happened 2 years ago, the pandemic. How did that affect your operational, administratively now, your operational issue? Did it affect you at all as a group, administrators? Did it affect you and the way you carry out your administration? Did the pandemic affect you at all? And if so, how did they do it? And how were you able to maneuver your way around that?
Well, we are blessed. We want to say thank God for life. There are some that couldn't make it during the pandemic, but we that are alive, we want to say thank God for us. And we always want to hold the constitutional matter ahead. We don't want to deviate from it. So, I mean, when it comes to the organization structure, we maintain it with the chapters being active and with the administration getting to the chapters. We work things out on the phone. And because of the pandemic, we could not hold our convention like what we normally do, our traditional meeting. We didn't do it, but we had LPR to cover our convention at that time, where we have these chapters holding together that particular day that you have the Pennsylvania chapter, the North Dakota, the Iowa chapter, the England chapter. They were all gathering at that area, and they were all celebrating the convention. So there's nothing that we missed so far. We all were together at our convention.
I see. So, constitutionally, you have not, because of the pandemic, your administration have not or did not violate any aspect of the Constitution as far as the operational, day-to-day operational of this association is concerned.
That's correct.
Thank you. Okay, let me move on. Mr. Chair, thank you very much. I want to appreciate you because you're now the chair of this all important projects that are geared towards the educational process of our young people back home. First of all, how do you feel about leading this effort, knowing full well, just like any one of us, grew up in a village and go to school, but you didn't have like many people in Monrovia with a civil platter, whatever. You went through the normal process, what we consider normal process. Get out in the morning, wash your face, take a bath, put your uniform on, walk to school. Most likely, there's no car to do, no school bus, whatever it is. Walk to school, learn from there. You come home, and if mom and dad are on a farm, you find something to eat a little bit, or else you grab your little brother and sister, you go walk to the farm while mom and dad, they're there waiting for you. And I'm sure many of us can narrate that story. How do you feel knowing these things that many people from our district have gone through, and now you are the helm of trying to bring up this process to educate the young people. How do you feel, sir?
Uh, Thank you very much, Mr. Do. Once again, I feel honored. But before I dive into that, you asked the president a question concerning the impact that COVID had on the organization. We must firstly say the COVID had a huge impact on the organization. For the matter of fact, most of our members were not able to reach this far today. And we want to reiterate our sincere condolences to them, those families who lose their family members during the pandemic. It was so saddening that they were not able to reach and cross on the other side of life today. But notwithstanding, we are all with them. In spirit, we are with them always, and we remember them. Not that we are better than those who died during the COVID, but because it was God's will. So then I will take you back to your question. I feel really honored, Mr. Toe, because I remember those days we never had the opportunity to even have a garage. When you go to school and you're coming from school, you worry. Why are you going to meet home? If your mother didn't go on the farm to get some kind of a rice from the farm to pound that whole day, there is something we call, I know those small banana or planting that coming out that not ready to grow. We used to go in the backyard, behind the house, cut it down, and cook your raw pepper
Call
soup.
the granny.
Cook me.
Gomi.
Yeah.
Gomi.
You will go back there and cut the half grown up or half red banana and cook your kumi. Then that's it. And so I feel honored to work with this administration in regard to the education plight of our people, most especially the people in the Jaudi, the Bo and Plo area. I want to thank the administration for giving them the opportunity to be able to have that structure being put down that we allow them to go in classroom to learn, even though the parent may not be able to afford, but at least the structure is there. The teachers are there volunteering and imparting knowledge into those children. I mean, I feel honored. Can you imagine people coming from all the way Seraken, all the way from Tinedi, all the way from Kweo, and coming to Jaudi? Because the distance from in there to go Zlatan or Totan there, it's about 2-3 hour or 4 hour distance. So with the addition of the new high school, we annex to the old one and renovating the old one, I think it's a blessing for the people in that part of the district, and I feel honored to work in that position, to serve in that position, to make those things happen for our people back there.
Thank you. And Mr. President, if you don't mind, I want to play a video that when I went home quite recently, the finished product, I want to play the video for our brothers and sisters to be able to see it. And folks, I'm just warning you, there are some language the liberal was able to utilize. And these are the writing on the board. I was just reading what was on the board. So please, but it's funny, but I just want to show you how they feel really determined to do something and the end result of what your determination really, really means for all of us. And I really appreciate it. Let me play this now, Mr. President, please. Okay, this is the GBARZON District Association school building, the bill. And these are the classroom. As you can see, March 4th. So there's class note. Second, I'm not too sure what all they put down here, but I just want you to see the student chairs and class and table. And I really appreciate the GBARZON District Association for doing this. Let's go to the next class and follow me. This is another one. And it seemed to me they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, about 20 students in a class. So I'm not too sure. This is 5th grade. Topic flock. I don't know what that is. So I don't want to interpret anything that is not. So let's see what grade this one is. Oh, it seems like they have more students in here than they do over there, or maybe they just pile the chairs in here for now. Okay, this is, I believe, it's third grade science. Okay, which is pollution. Land pollution is when we spoil the land with engine oil. I love these people. Can you see that? Listen to this, folks. Land pollution is when we spoil the land with engine oil. Water pollution is when we put human poo-poo, human poo-poo and chemical in the water, creek, river, ocean. Air pollution is when we burn things in the center of the town. We produce more smoke. I love this song. When people, this is good. This is good. I love this. But anyway, this is the school that was built by Boston District Association under the leadership of Mr. J.J. Dennis, and we will post this video here very shortly. I thought I'd read this here. It's very interesting. But thank you. And this is the one I believe they did a renovation on, and I think is also a wonderful thing. I just want people to know that. But thank you. This is 5th grade, 6th grade, and I believe that this will be 4th grade, 3rd grade. Okay, so they have the grades on the door. As you can see, 3rd and 4th. And then 5th on this door, okay? 5th on this door, and 6th on this door. I'm not gonna, okay, they got 8 and 9 and, something like that. So this is the high school in Gaudi, and we're visiting here. And I think our brothers and sisters have done a wonderful job, which of course I am part of that. But thank you guys, bye-bye. Mr. President, once again, I mean, when I visited this school building, the way it happened was when I went home, I decided to visit my mother-in-law of Gray in that town, and I didn't pay quite attention to it until coming back after whatever that I did, coming back, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is John D, and I believe Boston District building, right here, and it was right in front of me, and I was so proud. I jumped out of the car, and the driver I couldn't wait for him to stop the car. I want to thank you very much, and I want to thank you through you, the entire district organization, those who contributed to this wonderful project. I think it's something, as you were hearing me, even though I was laughing, but the young people were learning. People who got teachers who were teaching, and they're learning. And that's this reason why I believe many of you, leadership, continue to carry on that process. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Tinte. I also want to thank you for your involvement, because we all can sit here and say, "Oh, our people are suffering," but if you don't have anybody to say, "I and we all can do this," I want to thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. To, for taking your time to even visit the school campus. I know there are couples of people that went down there that didn't even stop by the school. But, I mean, maybe they were that busy. But you took your time to visit the campus. I want to say a big thank you for stopping by. At least you saw it, and you were one of those that contributed to constructing that school, hard years. And since you went there, you saw it. I know the structure is there, but there are a lot of things we're still supposed to do. We're not giving up on the school. We make sure, even the teachers, we are going to make sure that we help them in our weak ways to give some of them scholarship to go to teacher training and come back and serve their people. So in that, we just finish with the school building and that's it. I know the education committee chairman is on, and there are so many things he's putting together, And if you go to the convention, these are some of the things we'll be discussing. It might not be only Johnny's school. We got Zletown, we got Town, we got Dwelly Town, Anyway, you name them. So we got more to do. But at least we want to say a big thank to all the Barzonians in the Americas that contributed, or it might not be cash, it might be with prayer and some other things that we receive from them. I just want to say a big thank you to all the Barzonians in the United States. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I also want to thank you very much, like I stated earlier, for your involvement. I think as young as you are, many of us, when we were about your age or any of you guys' age, you won't catch me being in any kind of organization. I want to be out there, play football, and I was there. So, but to see you young people, even as busy as you are working with family, but yet still you take time to carry on, to make sure that our brothers and sisters back home have a safe place to call their school. I want to thank you as well.
You are most welcome, Mr. Nto, and to add on the president, we also want to appreciate you guys, the big brothers, the big guys in the rear that are always inspiring us to do what we're supposed to do. And to the entire membership of the organization, it is because of the support they're giving us. And that is why these projects are ongoing. And this is why we are achieving what we are achieving today. So I want to say kudos to the entire membership of GBARZON District Association. We encourage them to continue to do what they are doing. It's some voluntary services we are running. It's some voluntary things we are doing. We're not getting paid. Even the members that are contributing, they are not getting any reward. But it is because of what we think we didn't get yesterday. If we are here, those who didn't have the opportunity, we that here have the opportunity, we can extend our hands back there so that the other ones can be able to be benefited. Like what you just posted about pollution. These are things we are looking at. You have the structure, you have the students, you have the teachers, but the teachers, they are sacrificing. They want to teach, but they have not reached the level to teach, but they are straining themselves because they want to impact something in those children's life. And so they will be pushed against the wall. Like you talking about somebody urinating in the water or pooping in the water, like that's contamination or air pollution, somebody burning bush in the middle of the town. I mean, if they have the requisite education, they will not be using those type of words or languages or terminology in the classroom. They will be refined. But because they are not reached that level of education, but they have the passion to pass on what they already have to the little one. That's why you see those type of things. They were kind of a little bit funny, but I think these guys are trying. And we have to give a pat on their back. And this is a thing we are working on. We cannot construct a structure. You have the students fighting to learn, and the teachers are not in a position to give out what they really want to give. So we are trying to look at the administration itself, the financial capability of the administration of this organization, so that we can be able to negotiate with the other teacher training institutions in Liberia, like KRTTR, ZRTTR, or Webo Teacher Training Institute. And these are some of the things we've been talking with the former district education officer and then now the current district education officer. Like the president said, we are working behind the scene because we want to help those brothers out there. The last time we had a 6-person graduated from the midwifery school in Grandville. We were not able to pay their school fees, but they have issue with graduation. They requested the administration to help, and we helped. And that was fine for them. We relieved that burden from their parents because the parents could not afford. Now we are looking at how we can help the teachers now, those that will impart knowledge into those children. What can we do for them? If we continue to give scholarship, and even the teacher that is teaching is not even in the know-how to give the children what they're supposed to get, where do we go? So we are looking at other opportunities that we can afford or extend to the teachers that are sacrificing and volunteering in the district. These are things we'll be looking at in the near future.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Back to you, Mr. Chair. When I went, another issue This is a wonderful building, but as someone who grew up in Town and who has also visited Town School and many other schools in Liberia, one of the problems we have, and I saw, I'm speaking now from an engineering perspective, the building you guys put up is beautiful, wonderful, but the grading, the ground around the building, that has you. Let me play this here, and you guys gonna have to revisit that. But I will go into that. Let me play a little
Okay,
bit.
this is the GBARZON District Association
That's not it. This is this one.
of this slope of the land. This land needs to be drained properly. They're not draining it properly, and I will tell the president that, because if it's sloped this way, almost like 9-10 degree. We'll see. All right, bye-bye.
So that building, Mr. Chair, it sits up the hill, and from where I'm just talking about the floor. I'm not talking about the floor of the building. I'm talking about the ground level of the building. From there to the street itself, it's almost like 12% in grade difference. Okay, the slope on that. So when it rains, it just washes away, and eventually the erosion going to take place around the building itself, and all of the foundation going to be exposed very shortly. Now, one of the things that perhaps you guys can revisit is support a gutter around the building itself, all around it, so that it will be able to capture the water and you'll be able to direct the water to say where you want the water to go. Another thing that you can do, because back home, like I said, I'm from Toten. Back home, most of the time when they say the person clean, the person house area is clean. In the morning, they take broom and sweep the whole area, not realizing that when they do that, they open themselves up to erosion.
Right.
Because that ground is bare, nothing to stop the water, the flow of the water as it percolate out, it just come and boom out. But when you have grass, the grass slow the process, and it doesn't erode as much. And that's some of the things that I would like for you to see if this can happen here. You don't have to put grass the entire stuff. Where the children will walk to school, perhaps you can make a pathway, and the rest of it, because putting grass up the hill is it's still gonna be a little bit difficult. But you can do a step. You build it up, you move it, you build it up, you move it and build it up. It's easier that way. And those areas that you're building, even the young people themselves, doesn't necessarily have to be a grass. You can use that as a agricultural area where they will plant a potato, whatever, but as long as it's able to retain the water for long before it's spilled out. Because when you make those into an agricultural area, you're going to have to also provide positive drainage. You can put little pipes in there and will gradually do that. What I'm saying here is if this doesn't happen, eventually this building will suffer the same fate of Town School, the erosion, the foundation being exposed, and eventually it's going to collapse. So I'm just saying that. But first thing is, I just want to thank you guys. I'm not saying this here that you guys didn't do it. No, far from it. I'm just pointing this out because we're all in this together. So if I see something that I think you guys can fix, why not bring it up? Let me go back to you, Mr. Chair. I understand you guys are doing the school building in Total. Is that still a project going?
Yeah, that's the project we are looking at right now.
I see. Okay, well, when I was invited last year, a year ago, to be able to talk to my brothers and sisters, I think I pledged $1,000. So I'm going to have to fulfill my pledge here tonight for the president. So, Mr. President, I'm going to go ahead and cash you out $1,000 for my own contribution to the Town School project. So I'll just cash you, and you'll be able to see that here very shortly. So I'm going to do that, and then when you get to your place, you'll be able to see it. Okay. So
Thank
in
you
the
very much.
meantime, while I'm doing this process, let me go back to you, Mr. President. What are some of the expectations from you and the member of your administration in terms of the upcoming convention? First of all, what do you think the members will be wishing to see, and that perhaps you yourself would like to explain to the member what it is you want to talk about?
First of all, I want to say thank you very much, Mr. To, for your observation on the school in Jaundi. I think we talked about it, and we are working with the school authority to make sure that each of these classes, or like 4th grade, they should take certain portion of the campus to plant either trees or grass. And then the other class will do the same. So we are working on it, but it will be a drainage, like the drainage where they have on the top of the building, where the water will run and come down to a particular area, and that area there will be like heavy rats. They'll be put in there. But I know that will not stop the erosion overnight. But at least it will do certain things there to the building for some time. But back to the and I want to say thank you very much too for your contribution. You told us that you are going to give 1,000, and thank God that you are going to send it up tonight. And I appreciate that very well. Besides that, there are a couple of people that already made some pledges or they contributed, like Mr. Justin Duo. He's the president for the Total Association. He was the first person that gave $500 as his initial contribution. So I just want to mention that. And I know some other people like Mr. Camarato, they pledged bags of cement. I did 50 bags of cement. When I went to North Dakota, people were in North Dakota, they pledged some cement and some money. If we're ready, we can just ask them to give it. But I just want to say thank you very much, because you are our guest speaker and you pledged the amount of $1,000. And tonight on the show, I just appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, this convention is not going to be different from all other conventions. Actually, convention started doing Mr. Alfonso Store administration. We always go in there and we have the pattern. We go there. This is a social convention where we will be doing the same thing. Well, I say the same thing is our welcome night, the business meeting, the bond, which is the fundraiser also, and then the cookout, which is the farewell. The different thing that we'll be doing this year will be giving time for speakers. Before we used to let it open, but we are going to give time so at least people that will come, because we are from GBARZON, and most of these songs that people dancing in the United States, they are all from GBARZON district, that GBARZONians singing those songs there. So we want to enjoy our own music this time around. But nevertheless, at the business meeting, we'll be discussing so many things, which include like the education project, the total school that we talked about in the last convention. It will be on the floor. We give opportunity to some of the aspiring to be speaking to us. I mean, aspiring for representative position back home, that from GBARZON district, they will be speaking to their citizens at the business meeting. And from there, we'll be having like a queen contest this year. Our queen, Howard Doe, Miss Howard Doe, she been there for some time. And she said, look, I'm tired. So we'll be having queen contest. There will be a queen from the North Dakota, from Iowa chapter, and another queen from the England chapter. So we'll be having 2 contestants this year. And at that convention also, normally we vote upon where the next convention goes. And the next convention is going to be election convention. So the election committee, election commission will be set up at that convention. Even though we had an election committee that was elected in the past election, convention. But this time around, whether we are going to keep them or we are going to have another election to have a newly elected election commission will be decided by the convention. So the convention will be a good one, and I'm encouraging people to come to the convention, especially friends and sympathizers to the GBARZON District Association.
I see. So, two questions. First, who do you know who your guest speaker will be this year? Do you know?
Oh, yes. We have our brother, our son from GBARZON District, Mr. K.
I see.
Mr. James K will be our guest speaker this year.
I see. Okay. And then the last question.
And for the fundraiser, as we are trying to raise pretty close to like 75,000, our chief fundraiser is Dr. William D. Toa from Nigeria, the Liberian representative to the ECOWAS. He will be our chief launcher this year.
I see. So all of these things that you just narrated here will all happen in, except for the Queen contest, will all happen during the business section, correct?
No, the guest speaker will not be at the business section. He will be at the ball.
Okay.
The fundraiser will be at the ball.
Right.
But the representatives and some other issues that we'll be discussing will be at the business meeting.
What's about those representatives that representative from GBARZON District who are people who want to be representative of GBARZON District? When would the opportunity be afforded them to speak? Would it be at the business section or during the?
Yeah, they will be at the business section. The business section is surely strictly for GBARZONian. So they are coming to speak to GBARZONian at the business section, where there will be a question and answer. We allocated 10 minutes for each representative aspiring now to speak. 5 minutes will be, they will speak within 5 minutes to introduce their platform to the GBARZONian, and then 5 minutes will be a question and answer period. Then another person will come. So we are giving them 10 minutes each to speak to GBARZONian at the business meeting. And they are already informed. We already informed them about it.
I see.
So they are aware. They're where they want to be speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me ask you this: what should GBARZONian expect from you during this convention? Is there going to be any kinds of progress report from you, or that's going to be taken care of by the president? If it is you, what are some of the main things that we should be expecting from your report, if at all you're going to give a report?
Thank you, Mr. Joe. The works are there. If there is report to be given, the reports are here, they could be given. If the chance is given to us, as you yourself travel down to the county, in the district, you saw the level of work that is being done, and we must appreciate our people, our members who have been contributing. And I'm going to tell them, the education committee is going to tell those members that have been contributing the level of work we have achieved, how far we have gone. And what they should also expect from me is I will be encouraging them to do more for our brothers and sisters back there, because it is the membership we are depending on so that we can be able to help those who need help back home. We understand the economic situation right now, the inflations and other things, but we are appealing to them to continue to remain supportive of what they are doing from start to finish. Like the president said, this year convention will be expecting all the sons and daughters, friends, sympathizers, and well-wishers in the ocean state of Rhode Island so that they can support the administration agenda, so that we can be able to impact knowledge into our brothers and sisters that are in need back home. So there are a lot they will be expecting. It might not only be from the education committee, maybe it might be from the health committee, it might be from other committees as well. But there are a lot they will be expecting from those various committees and the administration, and we expect more from them too as our supporters.
I see. Mr. President.
Yeah. In
Uh,
addition to that,
yes.
before you come in, Mr. To, in addition to what Mr. Sandy just said, I said this is not new. This administration we are a kind of open book administration. We will be making our financial report at our meeting, at the business meeting. And in fact, the financial records or the financial report will be sent out to people who have their email addresses. We email them so that they can have access to it before they get to the convention. And then the chapters, because we have created 2 other chapters. So we'll be having the chapters coordinators will be making their report, a progress report from their chapter. So then all these things will be done at a business meeting.
I see.
It will be the first time for North Dakota chapter to attend the convention because they just been inaugurated. We accepted them as a member of the union, as well as the South Dakota chapter. So got 2 new chapters will be added to what we're having right now. And they will be making report at the convention. So other committees like the women wing, they will be making report on the progress of what they've been doing as that particular wing. And who is the chair lady, Mrs. Emma Flan, will be telling in the business meeting what the women have been doing. Personally, as the national president, I know everything, but let they come and speak for themselves. That's what we do at a business meeting.
I suspect, and what I think is happening, I could be wrong, but I'm not afraid to speak my mind and open my big mouth. But I suspect that you seem to be someone who is decentralizing the operational aspect of this administration. Is that am I correct?
You are correct.
Exactly. Mr. To,
Yes.
I can tell you for sure, I think this administration is the best. I can tell you for sure. There are other gatherings I have gone to, and people have told me plain blank that they withdrew from this organization because of certain things that were happening. And they are being moved to come back, especially this coming convention. They will make a comeback because of what this administration is doing. So they are thinking the direction the administration is thinking. So I think this administration is the best. So there's nothing to hide. Everything that the administration does is out there. The quarterly reports are always given. Whatever we do, whether messenger or whatever, the members are looking into the covers. So there's nothing hidden. So there's nothing for this administration to hide that nobody will not know about. So there's nothing that the administration can hide. There's nothing we'll be afraid of.
I think, and it's ironic, to be honest with you, very much so. Mr. Dennis is a footballer. If it wasn't for the war, if Mr. Dennis had kept up the way he was doing, he probably would have ended up in Europe because he was a very serious footballer. So the analogy that I'm going to be using, I know he will understand that. I think he being the captain of the team and also the striker of the team, I think he has a very good staff, a supporting staff that will dribble, take the ball from the back and bring it to him.
The sound, we're not getting you. We're not getting you. The sound. You are muted, Mr. To.
I know. Okay, that's fine. I'm saying in his staff or supporting group, Mr. Sapi is one of those young people that continue to support his administration. In fact, he's a member of the administration, but he's able to. I'm not too sure if he's a midfield general, and we have the vice president who also is involved in all of this. So, Mr. President, the question that I have for you next year will be election convention, whether or not, and if I think it is, do you intend to? Is that going to be? This going to be your last year, isn't it? What happened to next
Yes.
year's convention? Is your administration in a position to offer another candidate from from your administration to seek to continue with the process?
So, we haven't reached that bridge yet. So after the convention, then the administration will meet and decide what to do. But right now, we are focusing on what our last convention should look like.
Mr. President, you have Mr. Tente here, highly intellectual, quite capable. You have the vice president who's been working with you all these years, quite capable, highly intellectual. You have Mr. Sapi, also highly intellectual. And you want to tell me at this point there's not been any kind of conversation among you and your supporting staff who perhaps should come in and replace you? That conversation has not happened, Mr. President?
Mr. To, after the convention, you can call us again and then we'll let you know. But for now, our concentration is on the convention.
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job, trying to.
I understand.
I'm just
You're doing your job.
Okay.
I understand. I mean, this administration, to be honest with you, our country poor, you say you from total. I myself from our era too. Ula swap airport ni airport tiwe. But this administration we are doing our best. With the secretary, he's on top of things. Communications are always there for people.
Okay, President.
No, I'm not you.
So near beer, look on Chenio. In Taylor, we attend it. I want so I want Chenny clay. There, he said, Chiggy soon need us.
Chenny. I said,
Chenny, no more. I'm on Chenny already.
I said, Chiggy Suipo. Chenny.
Okay. Folks, this is what we do. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me ask you this the other question, and we can go on to the chairperson. How strong is the district in terms of membership? How many members do you have? How many chapters do you have, as far as you know?
We have. Hold on 1 second. I mean, when you talk about membership, I won't be able to tell you right now.
No, okay, let's go chapter.
Okay. Yeah, we have 6 active chapters right now. We have the Pennsylvania chapter, the New England chapter, the Iowa chapter, the North Dakota chapter, the South Dakota chapter, and the DC Metro chapter. So we got 6 active chapters right now.
I see. So usually, and I could be wrong, but usually in many of the convention, when they go in, the membership, the chapters pay their due. What is the chapter due in this association? What is the amount the chapter are required to pay during convention? Their sitting fee.
The sitting fee is $300.
Okay. $300. And what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to calculate how much that's going to be. By the time I see them to the door, I should know we got setting. So 6, 3.
Some of them, according to, we are networking. My office is always getting information from these chapters. Only the newly established chapter was the one that was asking me, but the old heads, the old code, the active or the past chapter that already existing, they know exactly, so they know what they want to do. I was just talking to the chapter, North Dakota chapter coordinator, who is Annie Dido Shah or Amanda Dido Shah. And she was asking me, "Oh, Mr. President, how much you want to pay?" I said, "Well, you will pay $300, and for any reason you want to pay right now, just put it in the account of the association, and these are things that They have the 501c3. We are 501c3 organization. So all of them get the copy of the 501c3. I mean, so they know our account is open. The only thing is that you can't withdraw from there. But you can put even your money you're sending now, I'm going to send it there tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Mr. President, for bringing that up. I have to have your 501c3 number so I can put it on my tax next year.
Yeah, no problem. Definitely.
Thank you.
Anybody, you will not be the first person because we have given people a tax exemption before. People that pay $1,000 to the organization, we get them back and they claim it. So and it's just that people that pay $50, they say they don't want it, or that there's something. But anybody who contribute, who donate to the GBARZON District Association, we can give you a tax return. We can give you your paper so you can go and claim your taxes.
I see. Mr. President, Mr. Tende, I'm going to make a statement here, and it might sound divisive, but I'm cool. My ain't feeling anybody more. Nobody here feeling my more. I am cool, elephant skin, and I don't mind saying it as long as I say it from the bottom of my heart, and I do it with respect. Mr. President, we have GBARZON District from Grand Gita County. We have Quinabo District from Grand Gita County. We have Chen District from Grand Gita County. So we have 3 districts from that county. And all these years that I've been involved with Grand Gita Association, I've never heard, I've never seen administration that will collect a huge sum of money and take part of that money to say, let me see if I can send 1 cent, 2 cents to any of these districts. If they've done it, I don't know about it. So my divisive, if you want to call it as such, statement here, Mr. President, will be, I will put on the floor, because I'm going to the convention, for GBARZON to have, I don't dismissive, which they will vote it down and accept it. And that is, no member of GBARZON District, or they can do whatever they want to do, but as a organization, we should not and we must not contribute anything to Grand Gita Association unless they will turn in return, give us something and put us on the list, because they always generate these huge amounts. But they will not turn around and say, okay, well, let's go to GBARZON District, let's go to Quinabo District, or even Chen District. Everything we do since I've been knowing Grand Gita Association, it's always Zwedru. It's about time that people pay attention to us. And since some of us were against the ideas of secession because we wanted to secede from these people and have a GBARZON County or whatever they want to call it. But some of us didn't think it was a good idea because we've been around with these brothers and sisters for a very long time. But I think it's about time that we stop projecting this image to these leaders of Grand Gita Association, that you cannot continue to do this to us. We give you and give you and give you, but you don't give anything in return. Mr. President, my divisive, if you want to call it that, my divisive proposal on the floor will be, and I'm just telling you in advance publicly, so that you don't be surprised. It will be to ask GBARZON to not to turn their back, but to hold their purse, close your purse and close your wallet for a while for Grand Gita Association to know that, and we can do it. If we do it, we're in numbers. The number of GBARZON here in the United States is more than any other district from Grand Gita. So if we hold our money, these people will feel it. So, Mr. President.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Mr. To.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, you want to come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Bloku. That's why you Bloku. and I think that's what I said earlier. This administration has been reciprocative. Unlike the Grand Gita Association, I give you an instance. We have sub-organizations within the GBARZON District Association here in the Americas. We get GBARZON Nizuni, we get Bau Atimo, we get, I think, Wakana Sonsana, I know Kebli or Wakana Sonsana, we get BI. And whenever any of those sub-organizations are having session, they are having a program, Barzon District Association always identify with them by giving back. I remember the Bao Atimo were having a project. Barzon District gave back to them. And I think another group is that Barzon Nizoning. Barzon Nizoning were carrying their container to the district. And they requested assistance from this administration. The administration did not hesitate. They reciprocated right away. And so the concept you are sharing tonight, that's what this administration is doing. And I will now hold you accountable for saying that. That's not being divisive. It's been very plain. It's been very frank. And that's what this country is all about. You work, you pay a tax, at the end of the day, they give you tax return, right? Because of what you've been giving to the country. So this time around, they got to give you back so that all the money be given to them, so that smoothie can go back in your pocket too. So I don't think it's a bad stuff. I don't think it's a bad version. I don't think it will be divisive. People who are wise and have that same vision you have will think the same way. So, Mr. President, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. To, and thank you, Mr. Tente. You know, Mr. To, the Grand Guinea Association look at the Barzon District Association differently. When I say differently, when I go on a program that is controlled or that is sponsored by the Grand Guinea Association, I say those things there and people take it out of context. I went to Mr. Jean Yubote inauguration in Tennessee. I thought in Tennessee, yeah, somewhere. I went there and I said the same thing. I said, the Grand Guinea Association, money that they receive, let them share it. Give 15% to Chen District, 15% Barzon District, 15% to Quinabo District. And at the end of the year where they go to another convention, let the people ask me or the district, the 15% we give you, what did you do with it? And I'll make report. Or you can ask me, I can send you it, and then you can make the report as the president that at this time we gave this amount to Barzon District. We're building the school. I contacted the president. I mean, that was culturally. The president told me, oh, we building Dome Monument. How much dollar you're giving? But Dome Monument is for everybody. I said, that's true. But we outside, we're building a school. How much dollar will you give us to? But these are things that we talked about some time ago. If they want for us to make it official, that's fine. But you have to have a room to discuss. Like what Mr. Tendi was saying. When Nils Donikla will carry a container to Barzon, in Barzon, the ice. The president called me and said, Mr. President, can you help us with this? I said, oh man, we can do anything so long it is Barzonians that are doing it. They write us. And he wrote, and we gave him some amount. I think about 1,300. You seen it with Babu. Babu did. They wrote, we gave them the same amount, 1,300. So what you say is not something bad. We go to the conventions. And most of the things that they do, even the Grand Guinea Association will do, at least either 60% of people that will be spearheading it, they will come from Barzon District. But everything is in the one Zwedru. Right now, they are advocating or they try to say, oh, they want to build a resource center, they want to build university, they want to do the one in Zwedru. And we've been talking. Everything should not go in Zwedru. Why Zwedru alone? And the money that they're using, they come from Quinabo people, come from Chen people, they come from Barzon people. But we're not benefiting. I think the Quinabo president, Mr. Denenboa, will bear me witness. We have talked about this thing here before. The Chen district, man, the Chen district, they relax because they're coming to them. But it's not divisiveness you're preaching. That's the right thing you are saying.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate it. I think Mr. Tente has taken a leave here, and hopefully he'll be back with. Okay, he is. So let's go ahead and see if we can wrap this up, Mr. President. I know it's Friday evening, and many of you have things to do. So let's go ahead, Mr. President. I just want to see here if you can close out here this evening, Mr. President. What will be a parting statement here before we take the leave of you this evening?
Well, Mr. Tu, I think one of the one of the teleconferences you attended, I always want to be the last to speak.
Okay.
So when I speak, that's it. So say I'm here with my education community. Let me gain the leeway. Let him dump everything out. Then I go.
This is how you get under the liberal scheme. I know that very well. You know, as a liberal, they say, "Well, I finish talking, nobody else will talk again." Then a liberal can come and object. Mr. Taylor, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Tu, and thank you to LPRO for always being there whenever you are called upon. And we'll be looking up to LPRO during this convention, so that we'll be going live, so that people all over the world will see what GBARZON district citizens are doing here in Rhode Island, in New England, so that they will know that we are not depending on the government alone to do for our people back there. We also have to buttress the effort of the government back home, and not just blaming the government. Government not doing this, but what are you doing?
Mr. Tente,
So,
Mr. Tente, I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there any kinds of reason here tonight? Should we believe that perhaps you're going to want to take the leadership of GBARZON district when the time comes, this coming convention?
I've not dreamed about that yet, Mr. Tu. So, the president already told you. So, if there is anything that will come
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job.
I know, I understand. If there is anything that will come out, it will be after the convention, probably. But
Okay.
I'm not dreaming about that. So we are expecting all citizens of GBARZON district to join us here in the Ocean State. New England is hosting this convention. It's very important. Whatever you bring to us, that what we're going to give back to our people back home, so that they can benefit from you and myself, our little cover from our pocket. Even though we have use for it, but we sacrifice them out there so that other people can benefit from it. So we appreciate you, LPRO. We appreciate your team. We'll be expecting you guys to be here to support us in this manner, so that always we can coordinate the goodness of this administration or the organization, so that we can be able to do what we want to do and be able to achieve what we want to achieve as the aim and objective of this organization. So we encourage all GBARZONians, come here in Rhode Island from August 26th to the 28th. We're going to host you guys. Feel free. If any information, in fact, starting from tomorrow, we start posting those hotels around the hall so that people can start making the reservation. Even though other people have already started making the reservation, but we're making this one publicly now, that people should be getting in their gears. Because as we speak, some of the hotels around the hall now, they are getting full. So when you come now, maybe if I don't even have space in my house now, some people start sleeping right in front of my television in the living room. So we're encouraging people, get prepared, come, we are here to host you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Rhode Island. That's right. Okay, Mr. President. First question though, before you make your parting statement here this evening, are you in close contact with the health department of Rhode Island or Providence? Because you know the pandemic is not quite over yet. Are you in somehow, or do you have any kind of communication from them in terms of their, because it's a state, of course, and each of the states have their own way of trying to manage the epidemic. So are you quite aware of what are some of the procedures they have in place that perhaps you might want to share with us?
Let me just come in, because right now, especially the state of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, they are a little bit relaxed, but we are encouraging our members. You never know. Come with your mask, because we'll be in mass.
Right.
You can't trust anybody. We can't say no. Come vulnerably. We don't want you to be vulnerable. Come and protect yourself, and let our marriage make. That's all I can tell you. Not because the people say, oh, COVID, no, or it's monkeypox now. because no more COVID, no more high tension on COVID. Don't relax. You never know.
Okay. Mr. President, go ahead. Go ahead. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tool. Actually, I'm not in contact with the health department over there, but Mr. Tente is a member on that committee. So if there's anything, they will let me know. Madam Annie Dennis is also, who is the chairperson for this convention. She was in Rhode Island today. So if there's any information on that, they will definitely let us know, and then we'll see what we can do. But we pray that the Almighty God will be with us. Nothing going to happen. People will show up, and then we'll all be together.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, finish. But before you finish, I think I'm going to flip this thing around. I can do anything I want to do.
Yeah, go ahead. That is the show.
So I make a mistake. Hey, let me eat crow right now. I was supposed to open a line for people to ask questions before you do your parting statement, what have you. So I made a mistake. So what? It's no big deal. Go ahead, Mr. President. Finish. I'll still open the line. Go ahead.
All right. I just want to say thank you very much to you, Mr. Tool. And thanks to LPRO for being there for us. This is not our first time coming on your show. Before this school building, before we could even do the groundbreaking, this show was one of, you call us and then you spoke to us and were on your show. So we just want to say thank you. And we know we count on you every time. In fact, the GBARZON District Association is known all over the world through your show. And thank God we got Mr. Nathaniel Cry, who is Chair Consret. And you go to YouTube. In fact, from this program tonight, I'm sure there will be something that people will be looking at and you will try to modify it. But again, I just want to say thanks to the organizing committee headed by Madam Annie Dennis, and all her staff. They are doing a great job. We are all on the phone, and all those that are in this chapter, the coordinators that are encouraging our other people to come over. I just want to say thanks to them. And if there are people that are in Liberia that are calling every day to know what we are doing, we are happy, and we will see, or they will see what we will do after the convention. We know we have a project on hand, and we will be asking people that will be coming to help to make sure that we get the money that we need so that we can commence the project in total. Again, I just want to say a big thank you to all the women of GBARZON District, headed by Edmond Flan, the national chairlady. Every chapter had their chairladies. We got Teresa Bajiro in Iowa chapter. We got Susanna Dean in North Dakota. I mean, you name them. So I just want to say thanks to all of them, because right now they are advertising the convention. We know not every one of them will come, but we know that they are paying their convention fees. And Mr. Toh, I want for you to make sure that you pay your convention fees before the weekend, which is the $50.
That was going to be my next statement. I'll pay my own to the door.
No. We're not paying. You paying it before you come there. Thank you.
They my pay. Come on, forget.
You bother this. Look, that Nathaniel Cry. Anyway, Nathaniel not pay because I saw you in the chat room. That the former national president, Mr. Alfonso Zianso, y'all have to pay before y'all get to that place there. I'll be checking. Mr. Tente, I want to see their names in the chat room. Let's say 3 days from now. Thank you very much. I just want to welcome everybody in New England. We're going to have fun there. We got our coordinator over there, Mrs. Moreau, Cecilia Moreau. She's very much energized. We got Mamie Campbell, who's the cheerleader in the New England area. I mean, everybody, they are hot. Our librarian message, they have to see us. So let us go there in full.
Okay,
Thank you
folks,
very much.
we'll have about 2-3 minutes. Anybody want to make a call? I should have had this thing open before, but then again, I got so excited and that I forgot about that. But anyhow, go ahead. Anybody want to make a call? Please do so. But let me while we're waiting, let me answer Mr. Jerry Sapi, who he wrote, Mr. Toll, what if Grand Jury Association leadership says none of the district, including Boston District, has asked for any financial assistance, so no need to give? What will be your response? Well, Mr. Sapi, the response would be, that's a child play. Don't play with us. You play with us, we'll break away from you and we'll get Boston County. Yeah, I'm not playing. We want our own. We're giving you money. Then we want our own too. What kind of business is this now? That every year, you're taking money, Zadu. Our children there, when they leave from total and go to Zadu for school, then on Friday they come home, a small little bag of rice, they carry it out, refining, then they finish, then they go home. I beg you, your girls so will be our own school then too. You don't do it, you go your way, we go our way. We plenty. We don't get away from you. Hey, also Weber District. Well, Weber District, they don't grant you that. And y'all try us. Anyway, let me go ahead. I think, Mr. President, there's no call coming in right now. So I think I don't want to waste you guys' time any more than what we have. I want to thank you. I want to thank Mr. Tente for availing yourself to us here this evening to have this wonderful conversation. Once again, I want to thank you specifically of your policy, the fact that you tackle the young people of our district. And the funny thing about it is that it's not just Boston District. People from other county, other area lives in Boston District. And once these school buildings, the school buildings are open, there are people from other places that will go to school. There's no, you don't stop anybody from asking people for their birth certificate before they go to school in those facilities that you have erected. So this is all Liberia. I want to thank you and thank Mr. Tente, who is the chair for this process. I want to thank you guys very much, and I hope that we all meet over there.
Mr. Toll,
yes.
Before you conclude, I want to pass this message, Mr. President. Please permit me to. We had the opportunity to have a brief discussion with the Monrovia City Mayor this evening, and which, of course, I want to pass a message over to Liberians, Bazurians residing in Rhode Island or New England as a whole, to have them informed that the mayor has a message from back home that you want to pass on tomorrow.
Mayor Koji?
Yeah. And so we expect, let me find the address, sorry. We expect all the Liberians to be there tomorrow.
He's here in the United States.
Yes, sir. So we expect the Liberians tomorrow to be part of that discussion, that town hall discussion.
He's going to be in Providence.
Yeah, that's in Providence. I'm going to find the. Be talking. I will give the information.
So why are we announcing having some sort of a free promotion on LPR for the mayor of
so we will be meeting at 375 Adela Avenue, Providence, Rhode Island 02907.
Is he paying for the announcement?
We're going to charge you.
So, Waku, you just asked whether the mayor is here. I know you have concern, you have interest. If you are close,
for making an announcement on LPR without consulting.
I ask you for permission. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. I ask you for permission.
Yeah, so, but I tell you, we're Boston District. Now you're going to bring in Boston
District from Liberia. And so,
yeah, but if you're not even giving your role. But anyway, no, he's our brother. Go ahead, finish your statement. No, he's our brother. I'm sure
because you want to clear the doubt of the Liberians. You want to say what he want to say to the Liberians and not only listen to one.
Wait a minute.
So, we are encouraging all the Liberians here in the.
Is this a CDC program here tonight? You come to give us man, my goodness.
And looking it for us.
I have been ambushed by sedition here tonight, and I think he has taken us to a different route. But anyway, he's our brother, and we welcome him. I encourage all of you that are listening. if you have the opportunity, please go and listen to the mayor, the good Lord, Mayor Jefferson Kochi, and I believe that people will have lots and lots more questions facing Mr. Kochi. So, Mr. Tente, if you have the opportunity to talk to him, or if you have connection, please, we'd like to invite him on our show and have a conversation. If you can pass that information on as well, we will appreciate it.
I will do that tomorrow, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, sir.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Just let him know I'm a member of Liberty Party. Don't hide me, but I'm fair. Thank you very much. Any other statement you want to make before we take leave of you, sir?
Just to say thank you to LPRO and to thank all the Brazilians that have been cooperative. Let them come. The message will be repeated over and over. We are expecting you guys. Don't have Bloku. I know nobody can swallow your head. Bring all the people that are behind you. And as the president said, we need LPR contribution. Even though you send in your $1,000 to now, I know tomorrow the other one will come. The gate intake will come. We need everybody from in our place, Sacramento, I guess.
All right. Okay. Mr. President.
All right. Thank you, Mr. To.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, I will send you a receipt. When I get the money, I will definitely send it because I have to transfer in the organization account.
Right.
And I will send you the receipt. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
the
you.
Organization appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You say you are going to pay, and you pay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next thing we're going to do is to invite your guest speaker here to tell us a little bit about what he's going to be talking about. So
that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be great.
So the next thing, Mr. President, at least someone who LPR can run some pro bono services. Someone who commercial.
Pro bono, you're going to determine
those advertisements.
Advertisement. What we do pro bono or not?
Yeah. But Mr. Todd, no, that's the right thing. I mean, you know about the convention now.
Yeah, but
so most of the time when you come on your show, you must be able to be playing our.
That decision is fully for the board. I mean, for the CEO. He makes the final determination.
All right, we'll get to the CEO.
You guys want to promote anything or anything? Contact him, and he will make that decision.
We'll definitely do it.
You're right behind your horse.
Exactly.
We get to the CEO. Thank you, Mr. To.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. To.
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, folks. Again, Samson to LeBron Public Radio, folks. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I want to thank the president and his chairman. Thank you, Mr. Tenzin. Thank you, President Dennis. We appreciate it. It's something that we really. Oops, the president is right. No, okay. Again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in this evening. Mr. So will be back here on Sunday. A wonderful, wonderful show. The liberal would. I hope the good mayor will take time to visit LPR here, and let's have some serious. Because I've been taking the mayor to clinic here lately. I on my show I've been very, very critical of the mayor. So I hope the mayor will find time to come and disabuse me, to tell me that what I've been saying is wrong, and he has the ability to do that. And I'm hoping that he would, because I am a fair person as I'm concerned. And I hope that his people who are handling him should not come back to say, oh, man, that Liberty Party, he always critical about CDC and what. And so, no, I'm a Liberian. If I'm critical, have I been disrespectful to any of these people? No. Respectful, yes. Critical, yes. But with responsibility. So I hope Mayor Kochi, welcome. We hope that you will show yourself, on this platform where we discuss intellectually. It's nothing, no hate, nothing. We'll question you. We'll question you with tough questioning. But we will do so with respect. Whether you're mayor or no mayor, we still respect you because you're white, you are a Liberian, and you are our brother. Folks, this is Samson to LeBron Public Radio. I will say good night to all of you. Friday evening, please, whatever you do. The liberal is telling you, don't drink and drive. It's Friday evening. Many of you are young. Because this time, it's funny for me to come and tell you now. When I was your age, please, police used to escort me. This day, if you do what I did, then If some of the things that I was doing driving then, you do it now. Not only will they suspend your license, they will send you back to Liberia. Things have changed. I'm glad I don't drink anymore, so I'm not going to worry about that. But things have changed. Please don't drink and drive. Many of you young people, you have family, you're in school, or you just found a new job, you just graduated from school, and you're working, or been out of school for a long time, you're working. Please don't drink. The law now is very, very tough. And even if you're not going to be sent back to Liberia, lawyer fees alone, it's ridiculous. You want to drink and you want to get drunk on a Friday evening, get yourself a 6-pack, go to your house, open your door, put your keys somewhere else, and start drinking. And turn on Samson Toll, LeBron Public Radio, conversation with Samson Toll, and start debating me. Please don't drink and drive. People are counting on you. People are depending on you. Family members are depending on you. If anything was to happen to you, you know how many people are going to be hurt? Don't drink and drive. Safety is something. And even if nothing happened to you, you are Liberian or whatever whoever you are. Can you imagine the burden you will carry for the rest of their life because of you? Somebody is not with us on earth because of you. Think about it. Not through war, but because of carelessness. It's unacceptable. Please don't drink and drive. The consequence behind that is big, it's huge. Besides the fine that you're going to pay. After you finish paying the lawyer fee, they suspend your license only to go to work. Anytime you're ready to go somewhere, friends taking you or your wife taking you, she can't get tired. Then after she finished taking you places you want to go, then she come back and take care of the children again. She can't rest. Then after that, then she'll go to work. Why? Because you want to drink? Because you want to drink and drive? If you're inviting people at your house this Friday evening for a social or whatever it is, make sure you announce it to the folks. Because nowadays, I believe you as a host can get sued as well. So the point here is, whoever's going to be drinking, make sure you announce that if you want to get wasted here tonight, it's up to you, but give me your keys. And you, the guest who was going to these people's house with the intent of getting wasted, when you get there, do yourself a favor. Take at least $20 to $30 with you in your wallet. You get there, you take that $20 or $30 with your keys and give it to the host. Say, it doesn't matter what happened. I'm going to drink, but don't give me the keys for me to drive. I will cost you my cost, everything, but don't give me the keys. Whatever it is, don't give me the keys. Don't get there with me. That liquor talk. That's not me who talking. That liquor talk. And you guys know about liquor talk anyway. But on a very serious note, please stay safe. Stay safe. It's very important. I'd like for you guys to stay safe. You come here and the liberals tell you, say, you ain't paying my mom, I ain't paying my, you can't do nothing to me. Then you tell you think I can do nothing to you? I can say whatever I want to say. I bet you some of you can go on the TV, on the screen, say, look at him, man. Hey, man, you fool, you can't face me. I know you're gonna be really, really pissed sometimes. But that's nature. Anyhow, on a very serious note, please stay safe. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I will say good night to all of you, and let's watch Mr. Soul Show with his conservative ideas, and we're going to disabuse him of that. The conservative, they're in trouble right now in America. The liberal are taking control. They think that they're going to win. They're going to remove Nancy Pelosi. They're not going to make it. They think that they're going to take the Senate. They're not going to make it. Liberals are in control. Simple as that. Simple as that. So they better come and be Mr. So and Mr. Amos George better come and be friend with me and take my line of thinking and reasoning, so they will be able to survive the onslaught of the liberal wind that is all over the world coming with wave of liberal coming. They better come on board with me. They better come on board, because if Mr. So and Mr. Joyce, this far right and the central right continue to think the way they do, then I think the liberal will be here to say, these are my brothers and sisters. And then I will tell the other liberals to be very careful with it. But you can't. This is our time, the liberal time. It's good to be liberal at this time. It's good to be a friend of mine. The big wig from what I'm working, big wig. Little young guy, about the same age, good friend. He started. I think he started about 3 or 4 years before me. But when I started, we all became friends. And then, but he's very smart. He started going up full before you know he's way at the top. But we still connect. So today he's gonna be retiring now, and so I sent him a congratulatory message this evening, and he said, "Thank you, but you know who I am. I'm a conservative, a gun-toting conservative, a Bible-carrying conservative, and yet still you allow yourself as a liberal to be friend with me." I said, "That's who I am. I don't care who you are. You're still my friends." And he was very appreciative about that. That's who I am. The fact that I'm liberal, I'm friendly with conservative as well. But I'm not going to let them bamboozle me in accepting their conservative ideas and their central right conservative ideas. It's not happening. I'm a liberal. And besides that, my people, I'm local. My ain't fame your more. Your ain't fame my more. What you do to me? Nothing. I like it when I do that, because all the people can be really bad. We talk about, we eat meat and give one running man, all you can, especially when I get into liberal politics and say that, oh, no. I like when they start writing, when people start writing on when I'm on Mr. Social. Oh, Samson told you got problem tonight. Tonight we're coming for you. Bring it on. I enjoy it, folks. Again, Samson told Labro. Thank you very much, and I'll say good night to all of you. Have a wonderful Friday. Let's meet on Sunday and have a fruitful discussion about our country. With all that, I love you all. Good night, folks. I just saw Mr. Souls. Please tell us your Rhode Island story. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You ain't saying my ain't saying, but now they want to about my hey, somebody that my Rhode Island story got me back in like bro on a plane that I didn't pay for. My heavy immigration mother. I can't tell you anything. Until I let you know. Okay, folks. Samson told public. I can't believe Mr. So would do that to me. Good night, folks.
back.